Got some breaking news on our watch this morning. A Facebook page purporting to be the official Facebook page for Shepherd Bushiri has a statement on it, allegedly from Bushiri. It reads, in part, I just want to read it, I have it in front of me. It says, titled, Prophet Bushiri's Statement on his arrival in Malawi. I would like to inform the general public that my wife, Mary, and I are temporarily in our home country, Malawi, because of safety and security issues since 2015. Now, these matters have gotten worse after we just got both our bails. There have been clear and evident attempts to have myself, my wife, and my family killed. And despite our several attempts to report to authorities, there has never been state protection. Our coming to Malawi, hence, is a tactical withdrawal from the Republic of South Africa solely meant to preserve our lives. That's what it reads in part. I must emphasize that these are unconfirmed reports at this stage. This is a Facebook page purporting to be the official Facebook page of Shepherd Bushiri, and this is the statement there. We are working our sources, our police sources as well. We're told that they are currently ascertaining the facts and they will be releasing or drafting a statement shortly. We will bring you that as soon as we have it. At this stage, unconfirmed. But let me bring in somebody who has some insight into this matter. Our reporter, Sipho Stearman, who covered this case. He's currently on the line. Sipho, a very good morning to you, or very good afternoon to you, rather. What are you learning at this hour?
Well, a very good afternoon to you, Blaine, and our viewers at home. Well, it seems that Prophet the Shepherd Bushiri and his wife Mary are officially on the run based on the statement that you just read out. And the statement comes from their verified account on Facebook, and it would seem that's the official account for the Bushiris. So that is an indication that this is indeed a legitimate statement. I've spoken with the police, that is the Hawks, and they said they will be issuing a statement on this shortly. They have not denied that they've gone out of the country, but they've just said they're trying to get the facts of how he escaped going to Malawi, when he actually did it. So the police are working on trying to get the facts around this matter. So they haven't denied that indeed he has fled to Malawi.
Right.
Now, you will know that this, of course, is a contravention of the bail conditions, because he was restricted to travel between Gauteng and Northwest, and he was supposed to have handed his travel documents. So there's a lot of questions there that if you have handed your travel documents, then how did you make it out of the country? Who was there assisting him to escape when his legal travel documents have been in the hands of the police? Of course, his reasoning is that there's concerns around his safety and that he was not offered security by the South African state, and he also has concerns regarding the prosecutor and the investigators in this matter. He's alleging that the investigators had tried to solicit bribes from him before. They tried to extort some money from him before. So he wants an independent investigator and prosecutor that he is not suspecting of having ulterior motives. So really, he's listed a number of reasons why he's done this, but it does seem that they're officially on the run and that they've contravened their bail conditions, that they must remain in South Africa and stand for trial in this matter. Of course, we know that they are accused of allegedly money laundering and fraud to a tune of over 100 million rand.
Right. So many questions, so little answers at this stage. But as Sipho says, we are working our sources to get you the very latest confirmed reports with regards to this. But Sipho, talk to us more about these bail conditions, these travel documents that would have been handed over to the authorities. Do we know if he had access to any aircraft? What did the court say with regards to travel?
All right, so you remember that when he appeared before the Pretoria Magistrates Court on these charges of fraud and money laundering, together with his wife Mary and three co-accused, the bail application took very long. It was 2 weeks that the whole matter was, being argued before court. And one of the key arguments by the state was that he was a flight risk. Now, his lawyers in court actually argued that, well, he's not a flight risk. He won't leave because his travel documents would have been handed over to the state as part of the bail conditions. And we understand that subsequently happened when he was released on the bail of 200,000 rand together with his wife and the co-accused. Now, this is where now the questions that we have to pose to the police and authorities that if the travel documents then were handed over, then how did he manage to travel to Malawi? His statement that he released by his verified Facebook page does not give detail as to how he made it to Malawi, but only stating the reasons why he's done so. But certainly, going to Malawi is a contravention of the bail conditions that he must not travel anyway outside the country. And part of what the state argued was that indeed there was a flight risk and that the prophet is very well connected, that he would find a way to leave the country. But then he assured the court through his lawyers that he would not do that. But this morning now, we wake up with the statement that indeed he's gone to Malawi and because he feels he won't get a fair trial in the country. But then I must state that in the statement he does say that if his conditions are met, that his security, that there is a change in the team of prosecutors and that he is assured of a fair trial, then he will avail himself to this matter in South Africa. But up until those conditions of his are met, then he will remain in Malawi.
If this is true, this is a serious breach of the restrictions placed on him as well as his wife. What does it say with regards to South Africa's border controls? These are some of the questions, general questions people will have with regards to this case. What do we know about the status of his co-accused?
Just before we go to the co-accused, I think also there were questions around his legality in the country and his residence in the country. Home Affairs had made a statement questioning whether he is in the country legally or not, and there were seemingly attempts to try and deport him, but then because of the legal matters that is facing, you remember that alongside with this 100 million case of alleged case of fraud and corruption, there's another allegation case that is facing also relating to fraud and corruption. So he has two cases that are pending, and then the legal authorities, of course, had then asked that he does not get deported until his legal matters are resolved in the country. But it seems that he's found an escape, and it begs questions on our borders, system. How did a person who does not have legal documents to travel outside of the country manage to escape? I think we also have to get answers from Home Affairs as to
correct.
How did this happen? But at this point in time, the police, of course, they are trying to verify the facts of this matter, and then they will give us a statement. But I must tell you, speaking to the Hawks spokesperson, they did not deny that he was out of the country. What they are working on is to give us the details as to how this occurred. Now, regarding the co-accused, the statement, of course, by Bushiris did not say that the co-accused went with them, so we don't believe that the co-accused have left the country.
All right. So we talk often about something called extradition and mutual legal assistance in terms of criminal matters. I just wonder if this has ever come up during the bail hearings, if South Africa has this extradition treaty with Malawi.
And during the arguments in court, of course, I think and now this is going to, of course, affect them should they be then be brought back to South Africa, because in the court the statement that they were arguing that they would abide by the bail conditions and that they would not leave the country. So which means then they in contravention of the bail conditions, but also they lied in court then, because they were just released last week on 200,000 rand bail last week Wednesday, and now. And barely a week later, just over a week later now, they've managed to escape, which means they lied in the court in those 2 weeks where they said they would abide by the bail conditions and that they would not leave the country. That's what their lawyers were arguing in court in that whole process that took about 2 weeks. But of course, we are going to then have to see that what is the way forward between the South African government and the Malawi government in terms of trying to bring them back so that they can face the music. But also, it really is quite mind-boggling for somebody who's insisting on their innocence that they would then illegally, as it seems, travel outside of South Africa, to and sort of escape the trial. They've made a lot of allegations that it's going to be an unfair trial, but then there's no proof to say that they've been treated unfairly.
Right. Sipho Stearman Please continue to work your sources. Come back with the very latest developments. We'll get you on air, get the viewers the very latest. Super Stream on there live for us. Appreciate his reporting.